This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Lede, designed for extra miles.
Hundreds of Exumians turned out for the Exuma District Council's annual town meeting to hear answers from a number of government ministers on issues and development plans for the island. And as Julian Gibson tells us tonight, residents were attentive and very receptive to the address by the Deputy Prime Minister.
Hundreds packed the community center in Georgetown, Exuma for a town meeting to share their concerns and to chart the way forward for their island. Their issues varied from potholes in the road to illegal immigration issues. Now, bringing some relief to the concerned citizens that attended was Deputy Prime Minister Honorable Philip Brave Davis, who mentioned that a new state-of-the-art airport is in the making for Exuma.
Significant attention has been placed on maintenance and rehabilitation of Family Island's key airports, including that in Georgetown. And we are, as I speak, in consultation with Stantec, the airport planner who was engaged by the Bahamas government to review all of the airports throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to bring it up to ICAO standards. And the airport at Morristown has been identified as a priority airport, and I could advise that Alexiou and Associates has been appointed as the architect to commence the drawings, etc., for the new terminal building, and we are going to move very quickly to see that we address the problem there in short order.
Now, the Deputy Prime Minister encouraged residents to buy into the government's vision because their track record of infrastructure work already completed speaks for itself.
Let me just inform you of some of the capital works that has been ongoing here in Exuma. The Farmers Key Dock was completed some time ago, and it's only in its defect, what they call a liability defect period. So the dock at Farmers Key has been completed. The Barrietary dock has gone, the tender list has been sent up to me for approval, and when I'm back in Nassau, I'll approve that list so that the works at Barrietary dock could get started. Black Point dock. The Black Point dock has also been sent up to me for approval, and when I go back, the list who's going to bid to do the work, and I will sign off on that when I get back into Nassau. Barrietary Causeway and Bridge. That work has been recommended to be started soon, and there's just a question of mobilizing that, and that too should be started soon.
Now, also addressing the gathering last night was Minister of Health, Dr. Perry Gomez, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration, the Honorable Fred Mitchell. In Georgetown, Exuma, reporting for the ZNS News Network, I am Julian.
The Bahamas Contractors Association and the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation are set to sign a memorandum of understanding tomorrow afternoon. We spoke to CEO of the Chamber, Edison Sumner, who says the goal is to improve and increase the level of collaboration between the two bodies. Sumner says his level of cooperation is business as usual for the Chamber.
Chamber of Commerce has actually done this with a number of other associations in the country, as well as with all of the other chambers of commerce throughout the country as well. And what this does for the BCA is that it now gives the BCA access through this arrangement to all the chambers, all the data that we would have had. It also gives the BCA's leadership, their president or whomever they would elect, to actually serve on the board of the chamber as well. So we've made provisions for that in this memorandum. So this memorandum brings us one step closer to having that kind of more of a formal relationship between us and the BCA. The BCA also, once they occupy the chamber's facilities actually to operate their offices from our facilities, and we're seeking to re-engage that relationship as well, so that we become essentially the registered office for that association.
Take a look at this. This is debris collected by workers along the Milo-Butler Highway on Saturday. Illegal dumping continues to be a major environmental challenge. And with the Bonefish and Harold Ponds located to the east of the highway, the concern of the eco-sensitive areas takes on national importance. Minister for the Environment, the Honorable Kenred Dorset, says the lack of awareness of the importance of the wetlands has resulted in an increase in indiscriminate dumping. Now the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority is set to to take over cleanup duties of the area under the chairmanship of Senator Greg Burrows. That cleanup resulted in the collection of numerous bags of refuse, including mattresses, pilates, tires, and other debris. She was described as a hard-working woman of God. Bernice Eneas was the oldest Progressive Liberal Party stalwart councillor at the age of 101 when she passed away on August 30th. Today would have been her birthday. On Saturday, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie addressed the congregation at her funeral at Holy Spirit Anglican Church in Chippenham. He reminded them of Miss Eneas' strength, having grown up in the time when equality for women and Bahamians of color was a struggle. She was noted for her strong work ethic, starting as a domestic worker and working her way to management. Eni is described as a political activist and an unsung suffragette in the fight for the right of women to vote. Bernice Ivy Eneas was a patriot who made a difference. More humanitarian efforts made by the church community as a New Birth Church led by Pastor Bruce Davis held a giveaway of school supplies at its church on Robinson Road. Church member Cyril Miller talks about the aim of the initiative.
We want to try our best to just let the kids feel how to give back to their community, especially out here today. We have our haircuts, plaiting hairs, we have a whole 9-yard washing cars, giving out books, textbooks, reading books, and all kind of different stuff, just for the kids and for adults also. So it is a part of our community outreach project.
And that does it for this portion of the news, but don't you move. Sports with Kelsey Johnson is up next.